So this next presentation is from Jake Olson, and until I met Jake, I didn't really appreciate that fish were all that stressed. But it seemed like a pretty low-stress lifestyle, but who would have thought? So aquaculture, or fish farming, is the fastest growing food producing sector in the world, and will play an increasingly important role as the planet grows to 9 billion people by 2050. So I'd like to introduce you to Jake Olson, who's an assistant scientist in the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences, to talk about his company.
Thanks, Greg. Hello, everyone. My name is Jake Olson. I'm a co-founder of Marico. We produce feed supplements for aquaculture stress prevention. Our vision is to improve fish health through the diet. So why fish? Well, the global protein demand is increasing. As the global population increases, people are demanding more and high-quality protein. Fish are very high-quality protein, very efficient to produce. Capture fisheries, wild-caught fish, they're capped out right now, and that has been about a decade-long trend, and it's not changing. Aquaculture right now provides about 50% of the fish we eat, and that number is increasing. The single largest constraint to aquaculture right now is fish stress. When fish are stressed, this is very well known in the industry, immune functions crash and disease outbreaks happen. This can lead to mortality. For Norwegian salmon producers, this would be a very small sliver of global aquaculture. Stress amounts to more than $1.7 billion in losses. So our first technology is Cosajaba oil. Cosajaba oil has been developed over 4 or 5 years now at UW-Madison in the Animal Science Department in the lab of Mark Cook. Cosajaba oil itself, the name, is an anagram of the inventor's initials. So we have Mark Cook, Jordan Sand, Jake Olson, Terrence Berry. Cosajaba oil is derived from poultry preen glands. Poultry preen glands are a byproduct of poultry processing. So it's an industry byproduct. Cosajaba oil is an extract of the poultry preen gland. It's a bioactive oil that we intend to apply into fish diets. So it's consumed by fish. I think in general, David Tenenbaum sort of nailed the analogy here. It's like Valium for fish. So you can think of it as stress mitigation for aquaculture species. Cosajaba oil increases farm efficiency. It does this by clearing the key principal stress hormone in fish called cortisol. Our experimental data demonstrate that Cosajaba oil increases cortisol clearance by 50%. This increase leads to healthier fish that are more robust and better protected against pathogens. This ultimately leads to more fish and better quality fish. Our target market is Norwegian salmonids. This consists of rainbow trout and Atlantic salmon. Norway produces 80% of the globally produced salmon, and they have a major stress problem. Their stress problem can be broken down into 3 layers. At the very foundation of this is overall stress. Overall stress consists of sublethal effects such as poor fillet quality, poor growth, poor feed efficiency, but it includes infection and mortality as well. Within that layer, infection and mortality can make up $1.7 billion in the losses to Norway. Within that, mortality, the most direct measure of fish stress, costs $900 million per year. So overall stress itself is very hard to pin down a number on, so we use these other indicators to assign value. Right now, our traction is that we've engaged with industry partners in the aquaculture feed production industry, as well as working with aquaculture fish producers as well. Our technology is patented through WARF. We have a composition for incorporating Cosajaba into the diets of any fish. Right now, we've had a substantial amount of technical development, funding, and mentoring support from WARF and D2P. We've also had a fair amount of press coverage from industry magazines and representatives such as Aquaculture and Feed Navigator. Marico's path to market consists of extracting and producing Cosajaba oil. Right now, we're focused on producing enough for commercial viability trials. We are engaged with industry right now, working out pilot trials with salmon feed producers. We expect that this will be a point of where our first sale occurs. After that, we plan to scale the production of Cosajaba oil and expand the research and development into global sales for different aquaculture species. We also want to reinvest research and development into technically developing anti-stress technologies to reach other species beyond salmonids and develop next generation products. Marico's startup team consists of myself. I'm the co-inventor of the technology, and I'm leading the technical development and direction of Marico. I'm also right now currently a scientist in the animal sciences department. My business partner is Adam Sherman. He leads the business operations side of this. He has several years of startup acceleration development, startup legal, and business development. Once again, my name is Jake Olson. I am a co-founder of Marico. We produce feed supplements for aquaculture stress prevention. Our first product is Cosajaba oil. I think this painting by Janine Zlakis does a very good job of demonstrating what our technology is. It seems as though we've stumbled upon a very exciting interface between birds and fish. And we are looking for right now mentoring in executing our strategy, as well as developing our network within the global aquaculture and developing connections within the area. Thank you.